Hello fellow human, hope you guys have a great day and let's read some r/ entitled parent stories. To the first one. My mother constantly make fun of my little cousin, 12 years old male, cause he's chubby. When her sister tells her to stop, she's the one getting offended. Yeah, this is as bad as it sounds. A grown-up 25 years old woman fat shaming a kid. She always tells him stuff like, "Look, such a big belly you have there," and laughs at him. She thinks it's funny. I need to mention that she's overweight herself and definitely not in the position to judge anyone. But she's always done it. She does it with everybody, with her mother, with her sister, with random people. She's done it with me too, and thank God I'm strong enough to don't care. But she doesn't realize how much that could affect a little kid. So today, she was telling me that her sister, mom of my little cousin, wrote in the family group to stop telling my little cousin that he's a big belly and all those insults. I mean, which mother wouldn't do that? Thank God she did. But my own mother took it personally, and she's the one who got offended. Instead of realizing how bad what she's doing is, she got offended and told her sister that if she has something against her, to argue this face to face, instead than writing it in the family group. I really don't know what to say cause she will never realize she's wrong. I mean, you can always get your cousin to comment on how old and wrinkly your mom looks. Well, two can play that game. The second story, future father-in-law making my wedding about himself. Don't really know what I want to say other than I just want some advice. My fiance and I got engaged in October, and at first everything was great and exciting, and no one in our families were making things difficult. In the beginning, we made it very clear that we are having a small wedding, like around 30 people, and that we are making the guest list small. Fast forward to about 4 weeks ago when we sent our save the dates to our guests. My fiance's dad suddenly got very upset that no one on his side of the family, sister, brother, etc. is invited, and went off on my fiance, basically disowning him through text and saying horrible things to him because we are sticking to our guest list. I will also add that no one on my dad's side is invited either. We're only having our closest family members invited. The things he said to my fiance, I cannot believe a parent would say such a thing to their son, and I still can't quite get over that. But we tried multiple times to talk to his dad and tried to get him to understand that we didn't do this to disrespect him or cause anyone to be upset. In the end, it's our wedding and it's our decision. But he's a manipulator who cannot look outside his own head, and now he hasn't spoken to my fiance and it's 4 weeks. They used to talk like every day. We saw him over Easter and he didn't say a word to us. What do? I don't want my fiance's relationship with his dad ruined. But he's also adamant that his dad doesn't bully him into changing his mind like he has done for his whole life growing up. I feel like this is all my fault. If he wasn't marrying me, he wouldn't have an estranged relationship with a parent. Like I said, just looking for advice on how to handle the situation. Well, my advice is, give the now free spot to someone from his side of the family. The third story, EP versus ambulance. Forgive me, but this happened a few years back, and part of the conversation is blurry, but this is more or less a fairly short story. I used to volunteer my time for my Times Ambulance Corps as one of our EMTs. We have 2 different football leagues in town, we have a high school team that gave us their schedule, and we had a rig on scenes more so for the larger crowds. And we have, I guess, Little League would be the right term, a town league that consisted of kids aged like 6 to 13 that did not give us their schedule because of smaller crowds. And one of the parents of the kids was a doctor and volunteered his time and attended all games. Not sure if it was legal and all, but town okayed with it, so no drug as on scene. Should also note our response time to the field was never more than 3 minutes due to proximity unless we were out on another job. So about 3 years on a Saturday afternoon, we get dispatched to the football field for an injured child at the game. Me and my partner hop in the truck and get ready to leave. As we're about to call into service, dispatch radios us with an update saying that the child is now unresponsive and unsure of breathing status, so we go in with all lights and sirens on. Now, the football field is located on the high school property and is fenced off on all sides, but first, responders have a designated entrance that we all use for quick and easy access. We arrive at gate to find a minivan parked right in front and enter entitled parent. Me, over truck's intercom. EP, we need you to move your vehicle. You're blocking our entrance. EP, I'm sorry, but there's no parking and my son is playing. Me, well, I'm sorry, but we got an emergency to respond to. EP, well, can't you just park here and bring them over here? Me, sorry, but we need to get in. At this point, I could see it's going nowhere, and you have other kids and parents that are attending the game screaming at this EP, and the police ask us to back off. While this is going on, I step out and run over to the field carrying our response bag, which weighs about like 40 pounds. As I walk onto the field, the crowd roars with joy and clapping. The doctor that's always there waves me down to come over and help with the child. Thankfully, the kid was fine and just got the wind knocked out of him. Turns out one of the parents in the stands called and said the kid was unresponsive, which happens more often than you think. About a minute later, my partner rolls up onto the field with the ambulance and we load the kid onto our stretcher and start leaving for the hospital with kid and his mom. Now, as we're leaving and exiting the gate, I see EP with the police and I see here a minivan is dented in and she's screaming at the officers. One is taking it all to the face and the other is just sitting there writing a ticket. Right before we get to the hospital, we hear the officers call out that they are cleared and 5 issued and a summons. Unfortunately, I don't know what that entails or what the results were, but my partner told me that she backed up in our truck and the police used their cruisers to push EP out of the way to give us access and do our job. Long story short, don't block emergency access points of any kind. Well, next time this happens, park your ambulance in a way that you can retrieve your patient, but you're also blocking EP from leaving and blocking traffic. Story: I have to pay for my child's sandwich? I recently got a job at Subway and all has been going on fine. 4th shift, and this is where the story begins. Cast: me. EP entitled FU. So I'm making sandwiches for people and all is going on fine. Soon a woman and her daughter come up to the front. They order their sandwiches and all is good until we are at the register. Me tells them the price. EP: why is it so expensive? Me: well, it's money over the sandwiches you're getting. EP: I thought my child's sandwich was free. Me: well, I can't do that or word will spread and we would lose money. EP: can I just have my baby's sandwich be free? Her son was like 7, so it was some name. Me: sorry, I can't. EP: why do you even need the money? Me: the store stuff, I just don't understand. EP: if you don't understand it, then you don't need the money for it. Me: look, I'm a bit tired of this and my shift is almost over. Can you just pay? EP: not if I have to pay for my child's sandwich. Me: well, either pay or leave without them. EP: fine, we didn't need your dumb sandwiches anyway. They left without their food, which I'm glad about. I finished my shift and went home. Glad I didn't have to deal with that anymore. My favorite part was that she asked, why do you even need the money? Like she thinks her money is going directly into the bank of a sandwich artist. The 5th story, entitled Mom Ruins My Most Prized Possession. A small bit of information about me and some backstory. I'm 14 and have autism. I'm an amateur coin and Hot Wheels collector and enjoy collecting Hot Wheels and coins of small/moderate value. I've got exactly 14 1 coins that I've collected, ranging in price anywhere from $30 to $400. My crown jewel of this collection is my Flying Eagle penny, Flying Eagle cent, which I have in its own separate coin case as opposed to all of the rest, which are in the picture frame. This coin is my prized possession. It's valued around like $1,000 to $1,500 USD, so on the low end price point because of its condition. The story starts around December of 2020. My auntie and her 3 kids come over to our rather stuffy trailer as they needed somewhere to stay while passing through our city. Now, I don't like anybody being in my room where my stuff is and I cannot see them, but I'm more than happy to let them in while I'm in with them. My little cousin, 8 years old, the same one who broke my original nest, is, to lightly put it, a butthole. She's never ever had one day where she wasn't treated like a royalty. Now, this behavior would be tolerated if she was like 2 years old, but now she's 8, so I don't put up with it. She knocks on my door asking to come in, and I agree. From now on, I will call her EC for entitled cousin. EC: "Hey, my name. Can I come in?" Me: "Well, yes, thanks for asking." She comes inside the room and sits on my bed, looking at my wall of Hot Wheels. EC: "Those are so cool. Where did you get them?" Me: "Oh, I usually just buy them at the Hot Wheels stores. They're pretty cheap." EC: "Can I please have one?" Now, I'm a generous person and have some Hot Wheels I play with, so I gave her one. It was basic Toyota looking one. EC: "But I wanted one of those." Points to the ones in the box on my wall. Me: sorry, but I don't give those, And she cuts me off. EC: "But you aren't playing with them. They're still in their boxes." Me: "Well, yes, but I'd like them in their boxes. I keep them in their boxes because I'd like them to be displayed." EC: "I want that one." She points to my Stars and Stripes 64 Pontiac GTO. Me: "I'm sorry, but I won't give it away. Now please leave my room." I start nudging her out of my room before closing the door. It was relatively late, around like 9:50 p.m. when they arrived, and they had inflated the blow-up mattress we had for them to sleep on, as they would be leaving for the next day. So I decided to go to bed as I had an online class tomorrow at 9 a.m. Cue the next day. I wake up around like 7 minutes before class started and rush to my laptop. Being around like 2 minutes late for the class, they usually last an hour or two, 30 minutes of the teacher talking, and another 30 or an hour of work. Everyone in the house was awake at this time. The class period has ended, so I was working on the stuff from the last few days. My mom had told me she was going out with 2 of the 3 kids and that entitled aunt would be here, but she didn't want to go and neither did EC, and I was fine with this. Another hour goes by and then EC goes into my room. Me: "Well, hey EC." EC: "Looking at my coins." "Wow, that's a lot of money." Now, I'm happy whenever anyone shows interest in my coin collection. Me: "Oh yeah, I collect coins just like my Hot Wheels, just like the Hot Wheels look with your eyes please." And then boss music turns up. EA walks in. EA: "Ow, why can't she hold them?" Me: "Well, they're in a picture frame." EA walked close enough to see all the coins. EA: "Well, this one isn't," she said while picking up the Flying Eagle penny. It was in the case. I instantly go on edge. Me: "Oh yeah, but I don't like people touching it." EC: "Mommy, can I see it?" She holds her arms out like a ducking toddler. Me, slightly panicked but trying to be nice: "Yes, you can, just please don't open the..." EA: "Why can't we open the case? You obviously don't take good care of them anyway. Look how dirty they are." At this point, I'm in full on how do I stop this without escalating it mode. Me: "You really shouldn't clean rare coins. It devalues the coin." EA starts to open the case. EA: "You're obviously lying, so we won't touch it. Coins are meant to look shiny. Plus, it's just a penny. How can you devalue a cent?" During this whole ordeal, EA is practically screaming, hence the exclamation marks. I'm almost at my breaking point until I look in horror as she takes it out of its case. EA: "Hey, give me!" EA hands her the coin. I remember is failing to hold in my tears as I don't like people touching my crap. EC: "Ew, it's dirty." Me: "Okay, yes now, please give it back." She hands it to EA and EA flicks it at me. EA: "Clean your coins." I've never put a coin in its case faster. At this point, I thought the whole thing was over. I was sorely mistaken, as the penny isn't ruined yet. Now it is. Skip a few hours when the whole thing is passes and I'm playing Rust with my friends. Apparently, Entitled On had came into my room and taken the coin without me knowing. Probably when I was farming for a base in the game, I usually listening to the music while farming, so I wouldn't have noticed. A few minutes later, I get up to the bottle of water to see EA at the sink. At first, I had thought nothing of it because it looked like she was washing her hands. I headed back into my room after grabbing a bottled water because the tap water here sucks to drink, and back into my room. 20 minutes later, I go out into the living room where they're watching something on TV. I look at the counter with horror as my prized possession, the eagle penny I valued so much, is sitting in a vinegar bath in a glass. I fish it out of the vinegar and see that they had cleaned the ducking coin and devalued it. What I did next I regret, but I didn't know how to act. Me, I told you not to touch my crab. EA, oh, don't give me that. I don't let her finish her sentence before screaming back. Me, you touch my crab. I told you not to. You ruined this coin. You don't clean them. An entitled cousin starts to cry. Entitled aunt, oh yes you do. Coins are supposed to be shiny. And how did I devalue a penny? You can't spend them. We're Canadian and we don't have the penny anymore. I couldn't argue any longer. I was crying and I couldn't speak. I went to my room with the coin. I felt defeated. Around 10 minutes later, my mom comes back from their 3 to 4 hours out and they had spoiled the cousin and had gotten something for EC. They were Hot Wheels. EA brings the situation up first. EA, your son needs to learn to respect what I do for him. Mom, oh, what did he do? EA, he cussed me out and run his mouth like a sailor, all because I had cleaned a dirty coin he had. My mom helped me to get all the coins I have today, especially the eagle penny. We looked for a long time to get a hold of one, and it was the only penny that I wasn't cleaned before I got it. She was livid. I don't really know what happened. What I do know is what EA had said. EA, isn't your son too old to have toys and collect small things like coins? Is he a spastic? Retarded? My mom kicked them out and came to check on me. I showed her the coin. It basically lost half of its value. It wasn't until a few hours later I looked at my Hot Wheels and saw one was missing, the 64 Pontiac GTO. Now, I keep my coins at my grandfather's house in the back room. Once a month, me and him look at them and add to my collection. Now, I have 60 coins, but I will never have one just as special as my Flying Eagle penny was. So yeah, my auntie ruins Flying Eagle penny by cleaning so my cousin could pocket a Hot Wheels she wanted. Oh, this actually makes me really mad. It also makes me wonder how one or two people can be so incredibly dense. That's it for today, fellow human. Thanks for watching. Be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. See you guys next time.